In this episode, can you imagine spending your life on the ocean? Well, this man does it exactly with a cruise.
And on the flip side, who made a bigger scene in public? Was it Kanye at the Grammys or the woman in the UK who got charged with cyber flirting? Mike, hit the music.
Governor, welcome back to Deep Down Under, to the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Mike Gambita. Alongside with me is my best friend, my roommate for life, my sausage sizzle on the Barbie, Mr. Matt Summers. Matt, how are you? How are things?
Hello, Puppet. What kind of accent were you doing there at the end? That was not what you started off with. You transitioned in between. I don't know where that went.
I think I went. Okay, I say this with all sincerity. Like, I started out Australian, and I think it just tapered into a little bit of Asian, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard some like British accent. I don't know. Regardless, doing fine, doing fantastic. Mike, on my drive home today, there was full sun. So I'm happy to report I got 20 minutes of sunlight today. That's awesome improvement.
Wow.
How are you?
Always in the sun, but this sun is never.
Okay.
I'm good at
All right. No.
I didn't put it for later on the show, but it was really nice to have some nice blistering heat yesterday at a whopping 40 degrees yesterday. It felt so nice. I almost took off my coat.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I think today was also pretty nice. You excited for that ice storm in 2 days?
Yeah, that's the thing about Pennsylvania weather. It just, yeah. When we go low, they go high. And that's, Matt, I literally washed my car. I think it was on Monday. Yeah, I washed my car last Monday. And then we had the snow that happened. And I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. Like, I can't even, ice is out, the dirt, the muck. It's just clear as mud.
I refuse to wash my car between the months of like November and like the second week of March. It's just, there's no point. Like, it's going to get dirty in 2 seconds.
But you know that the salt's going to affect the car.
It's fine.
Okay.
No, in all reality, I also don't wash it because if I go through the automatic car wash, I have to turn off like the sensors.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that yet in my new car. I haven't figured that out.
You haven't just sat in the car and just touched a bunch of buttons in here?
I haven't figured it out. No, for some reason, every time I press the button, the horn starts going off. I don't know.
That was good.
Thanks.
Oh, man. Well, Matt, sounds like with this treacherous weather that we're experiencing, you might as well go on a cruise. How about that?
Okay, if you want. Yeah. Not a cruise guy. Not my cup of tea.
Did we vibe with this question? Like, talk about like cruise preference and all that?
I'm down to always debate if cruises are good or bad.
Okay. So your thoughts on cruises? Not
for me. If anyone asks why, I will ask them, have you seen the movie Titanic? Which, hand up, I have not seen the movie Titanic. I just want to point that out.
You don't want to don't spoil it for anybody.
No spoilers. Nope, I won't spoil it. Go look it up yourself. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, is in it. So
yeah,
that's cool. I don't know. It's just not my thing. I feel like there's stories of like one person gets sick, the whole boat gets sick. I like going on boats, but for very small periods of time. I would probably after day 2 be panicked that like every wave is going to make us like flip. And that's just, I don't know, not my cup of tea.
I, for one, would rather enjoy land.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather enjoy like a beach. I'd rather do, and I think we have talked about this, Jen and I have talked about this when we were planning our honeymoon, and not that a cruise came to mind, but I think just somehow it was conversational. It was like, I would rather have an all-inclusive resort that's on land than buying an all-inclusive package at a cruise. Now, I say that somehow my parents got the bug for doing cruises. If at the point in life, like that is at that point in their life compared to mine, like if cruises are kind of like meant for like at that point of your life, then maybe we're just waiting for it. Maybe episode 567 would be like, oh man, I just got back from a wonderful cruise and it was amazing.
Yeah, I feel like you do get a certain age, you're like, ooh, cruise sounds nice. But if you're going like a Caribbean cruise, like one of the best parts is probably like getting to the island and being, on the beach or on the island. But
Mhm.
what's even better is just taking like a 5-hour flight to that island, and then you're there for a week, and then you take a 5-hour flight back.
Matt, let's hop on a cruise, shall we? Let's meet
Yep.
this wonderful man. His name is Mario Salcido,
Okay.
reported by the New York Times, Eric Todisco, literally to disco. This man has been quoted by the nickname Super Mario. Matt, he hit his 1,000th voyage with Royal Caribbean. 1,000 cruises.
Wow.
I can't even do the math, but that's a lot of cruises.
I don't even know if I've done something 1,000 times in my life. Obviously not like going to the bathroom, but
Wow. Matt, his latest cruise was an 11-night jaunt to Panama and the Caribbean. Matt, he's been living on cruises for the last 25 years.
living like
Living.
same boat, or he just goes from cruise ship to cruise ship.
He's cruising on the cruises.
That's kind of cool. How much he spends though, like on a year?
Yeah, take a wild guess.
I don't know. I don't know. I've never budgeted for a cruise. I don't know how much. I'm gonna say like 40K.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice try, Matt.
I don't know.
Try $101,000 a year.
All right. Well, I wasn't that far off.
That was half off. He works only 5 hours a day and spends the rest of his time relaxing. The interesting part about it is, Matt, we always hear the phrase, I got my sea legs, right? Like you're used to the sea, you're used to being on a boat. He's developed, and pardon me, a mal de I'm gonna just get to send this to Matt in our little.
Oh, you want me to say it?
No. I just want you to say. I just want you to see what I'm trying to pronounce here.
Oh yeah. Good luck.
So mal de barquement syndrome.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll give it like an 8.5.
8.5. All right. What that means is he constantly feels like he's swaying, even on land.
Oh, see, that's got to be the worst. That I couldn't do.
No.
It's like you're dizzy 24/7.
Yeah. So his quote says, "I've lost my land legs. I'm swaying so much I can't walk in a straight line." Well, that's great if you're DUI testing. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry, you drunk? No, I've just been on a cruise ship for 25 years.
Would you do this?
No. There's no shot. No, because like, how do you see friends and family unless they come on the ship with you?
Come on the ship.
I guess, but the only thing that's kind of cool is like, I guess you do get to escape from like the rest of the world, like forever. A lot of like events and things that happen just like don't affect them.
So Elaine Warren, who apparently is a cruise industry expert, says longtime cruisers often experience disorientation when back on land. Some feel like the ground is still moving for weeks or even years. So if this man has been on a cruise for the last 25 years, this man's probably feeling the swing all the time.
Yeah, that's a top 10 like worst feelings of all time, I think.
So let me ask you this.
Yep.
25 years. What would you want to do for 25 years?
That I don't already do? That's a great question. I want to do for 25 years.
In a perfect world, too. Don't think of the implications, just in a perfect world. Like, realistically speaking.
I don't want to say like, I guess traveling the world and like golfing would be cool. Like playing every golf course like ever would be sick. Like you could spend a lot of time in like Arizona, Scotland, like Europe, like the birthplace, go to like Japan, China, South American courses, I'm sure. That would be kind of cool. What about you?
Be at a house on a beachfront.
That would also be cool. Yeah. Or like an all-inclusive for 25 years.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unlimited drinks, unlimited food.
Yeah. Now, can you control the weather too? Like,
yes, that's what I was saying. Like implications, like you don't have to worry about it.
All right. Yeah, then you're right. That's the correct answer.
Mm-hmm. I added the weather to the honeymoon spot that we'll be going this year. And it was, I think, a solid 3 degrees here in the area of Pennsylvania. It was 80 degrees where we're going on our honeymoon.
Oh, gosh. That's going to be the best.
Oh man, I'm so looking forward to it. But I don't know. Can you be happy for this guy if he's having developed a diagnosed syndrome, I don't know. Like if he's living the life, then yeah, that's okay with him. But I can't seem to be happy for this man. I'm happy that he's enjoying and relaxing life, but to have like, I guess when you have it's positive, you also have its negative, but I'm not sure.
I think I do feel happy for him. Now, do I feel bad for him that he has the syndrome? No, because he chose to be on the cruise ship for 25 years.
Right.
Am I happy for him? Yeah, he kind of like found a cheat code for life and is just being on a cruise forever, and that's his life. Like that's kind of cool.
I'm really curious because my parents have shown me pictures of like some of the rooms that they've been in on the cruise. Some of them are like closet rooms. Like they're really only meant to like sleep in, like crawl into bed, change clothes, crawl into bed and sleep. I'm really curious what there's got to be like a point system that he's building up here, right? Like, am I right? Like,
and like, you think everybody has to know him by name,
right? I'm very curious if Royal Caribbean is his consistent cruise. I wonder if there's Royal Caribbean rewards or something.
Yeah, do you think like every like 5 years he gets a free cruise?
I mean, okay, so there's member benefits. Oh man, here we go.
He's definitely a member.
Oh boy,
yeah.
Jeepers cats. So there's member benefits, and it's all based on points. There's gold with 3 points, and then there's the Pinnacle Club with 700 points. And really what he gets, a lot of discounts on beverages, a lot of access to entertainment, also has robes for use on board, $5 off, $25 dry cleaner press, complimentary welcome waters. I don't know. Like waters like to drink, like bottle. One free $34.99 wash and fold bag on 5-night sailings, and then upgraded bathroom amenities for members with 340 plus cruise points. And then you get a whole bunch of photo retail spa. Oh, Matt, definitely. Milestone recognition beginning at 140 cruise points and a personalized lapel pin.
How many lapel pins do you think he has?
5.
Oh, man.
This man's probably at the Pinnacle Club, so.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see stats on this guy from the past 25 years. What I mean by that is like, how many rooms has he slept in? How many drinks has he had? How many times has he played shuffleboard? How many times has he gone to the buffet? I think we deserve those.
Sounds like a great idea, Matt. We should do it sometime.
Yep. I'll reach out, see if he has them.
Yeah, could you imagine you reach out to him directly? Hey, by any chance, do you have those stat numbers?
Because I think he can zoom in from the cruise ship. Can he zoom in from the cruise ship?
Zoom in?
Podcast? Yeah. Let's get him on.
Oh, zoom in.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, what are we magnifying in here? We'll see. Mario, if you're listening, if you hear about us, drop us a line. We're here for you.
Yep. Welcome on the show anytime.
Yes, sir.
All right. With that being said, slide on in the second half of the show with some buy or sell. I'm buying the NBA.
Here we go.
NBA is back.
Woohoo!
Shocking trade of Dallas Mavericks trading Luka-Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis in maybe the most shocking trade in sports history, probably. But what was your first thoughts? Because actually, I want also credit to you. You broke the news to me.
I broke the news to Matt.
I woke up and chose violence for other reasons that we'll get into.
The violence that was chosen was probably a full hour until I went to church. So it was amazing how that text line came through. I thought it was fake. And for me, I don't want to say being a closet fan. Like, I'm not this person that like tunes in every night and I'm like putting bets on and I'm, wearing my favorite jersey and yada, 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 all that good stuff. When I saw the two pictures and I'm scrolling on Facebook, so this is how I found out. I found it on Facebook and I'm scrolling through and I see a picture of Anthony Davis and Luka-Doncic. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that was, but I'm just going to keep scrolling. All-star games coming up. Maybe there's a comparison to the both. And then I approach a meme and it said, fans of Anthony Davis right now. And I was like, hang on a minute. So I scrolled all the way back up and I read the headline and I'm like, what? I was like, this is no. And plus, like, Woj is not a part of the reporting anymore, so you can't call it a Woj bomb anymore. And I messaged Matt, and I'm like, what happened? What? It was so big that to the point, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert actually included it in their monologue. And it's very rare they talk about the NBA, unless it's like a LeBron James or anything like that. They talked about it. Like, they made a joke about it. That's how big it was.
Yeah, it's insane. We'll also get into this a little later. Trevor Noah had it, or they had it in the Grammys. Trevor Noah was the host, and then all of a sudden Jim Gaffigan said that he got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. It's very funny. Yeah, it's shocking. I mean, he's probably the best player in the league, like individually. And the weird thing was they did not shop around. They literally called the Lakers like, "Hey, do you want him?" And it sounds like they just didn't want to pay him, and they thought he was overweight and didn't train himself healthy.
It's just so stupid. Like,
Mike, let me ask you a question. Do you know who made the NBA Finals last year?
the Dallas Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks, yeah. And then they 6 months later, just gone.
I care how much he weighs. And let's all talk and reflect on the fact that the day of that trade, they were playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers, which are doing decent, but not like top contender. What was the score for that in the first half?
I think they were down like 46 at halftime.
46 points at halftime.
Yep.
You knew that was a problem.
Yeah. Cavs are actually first in the East.
That's good.
It's shocking. Yeah. Yeah, it's also, it was weird. Like, did you see the press conference of the Mavericks GM and Jason Kidd, the coach? Jason Kidd was just staring into blank space, and the GM's like, yeah, not even Jay Kidd knew what was happening. Like, he just did this on his own. Did you hear about Mark Cuban?
So, I immediately went to Twitter to try to find Cuban if he like tweeted at all or anything like that. But no, I have not seen any update from him.
Somebody, I think, texted him and was like, I'm completely shocked. And Cuban just responds, that makes two of us. Like, it's insane. I don't know if we'll ever see anything like this in sports again.
I mean, and not even including, like, LeBron didn't even know. LeBron found out at dinner.
Yeah.
When he wasn't playing.
Yeah, and you would think LeBron's behind this.
Right.
He had no idea.
Like, GM.
It's insane. Insane. I'm also buying the Grammys. Grammys were this past weekend. We did not correctly pick Song of the Year.
Yeah.
But we should have. Because what's the name of Beyonce's song? Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, Texas Hold'em. Yeah, that did not deserve to win Song of the Year. Did you see Kanye West?
I think it was all over the place. And no, we're not talking about Kanye West. We're talking about his wife.
Well, they showed up uninvited. They got kicked out.
Oh.
Yeah. They actually got, like, after that, they got escorted out because they were uninvited.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because they were uninvited.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's wild. Wild times. I actually watched most of it. It was interesting. I've never watched the Grammys full, like front to start, beginning to end. It was interesting. Interesting time.
Trent and I got a 30 killed game.
Nice.
We both were Godzilla at one point.
Nice.
And we played with Courage JD at one night.
Okay. No, that's false.
I gotta watch I promised I watched the Grammys.
I did. Listen, the day before, we didn't leave the apartment this past weekend except for church. The day before, I think I watched like 11 hours of basketball, college basketball. And I was trying to stay up for this 11 o'clock game that I wanted to watch. And I was like, nope, I can't. I gotta go to bed. So, you give some, you take some.
Give and take.
On a sell, I'm selling Making a Scene in Public.
Making a scene in public.
Making a Scene in Public. I'm selling it. Speaking of going to church this past weekend.
Oh, no.
So in church, in the middle, the Monsignor has given his homily. For those that don't know, usually during this time, Monsignor just gives like a speech about the readings and things, and usually it's quiet. You don't interrupt the speech. Mike, I never thought I'd see the day where Monsignor, a priest, got into an argument with someone in the crowd
in the middle of his homily.
I don't really want to get too in depth, other than the fact that she was claiming he was false. He was like, "That's not what I said." They kept going back and forth. She almost got escorted out. One of the wildest things I've seen in church, in public. Yeah, people were shushing, and yeah, it was wild. Like, it was legit an argument with the priest and a parishioner in the middle of church.
How did he recover from that?
She eventually stopped and then started again at the end, and then he just kind of kept going through, and she just stopped. But it was wild. Like, people were like shushing and just looking around, like, what do we do? What is happening?
Is this all part of the homily?
This was like a 5-minute argument in the middle of church. It was crazy. But
I do have a comment.
Yeah.
So I found this on TikTok, and I was waiting for a segment to say it, but I feel like just the purpose of this conversation just feels right. I'm gonna say it. So Matt, you go up for communion, right?
Yep.
It's a little white. Sometimes it's triangles. Sometimes it's circles. And sometimes it's squares at times. Sometimes it's a piece of bread. So for communion hosts, what if we called them Jeez-Its?
It's a good one, Mike. It's a good one.
I can't take all the credit.
No, you trust me. You don't want to. You don't want to. Yeah. Moral of the story is there's a time and a place to have comments and conversations. That probably wasn't the time or place.
No, not at all.
But it was wild. It was insane.
Maybe after you got the Jeez-Its and then you had some handshaking at the end.
It's a sight to see. I am selling Punxsutawney Phil. Fat fraud strikes again. 6 weeks of winter. I don't know if we talked about this part when we did our segment. This is probably like 3 years ago. We talked about them at first. Do you know how much tickets are to go?
Wait, there's tickets to go.
Oh, Mike, the party starts at 4 a.m.
Oh man.
Yeah, April looked it up. So it's from like 4 to 9, and there's like thousands of people that go. $80 to watch a groundhog allegedly see his shadow. Now we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Just to be at the knob.
Yes, yeah. The knob. He's a grandfather now. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I wonder if what was it, the potion of, I forget what they phrased it on the official groundhog website.
Like Mike's secret stuff.
Yeah, it was Mike's secret stuff, like to keep the longevity of the groundhog. The elixir, the elixir of longevity, something like that. That apparently there's only been one groundhog all this time.
Yeah. What did I say? Like there's at least been 2 gotten run over by a car or something. Yeah, just a fraud. And finally, I don't know if you've seen this in the news. I am selling cyber farting.
Cyber farting?
Cyber farting. So a woman in the UK has pleaded guilty to the first ever cyber farting case. Like, what do you think cyber farting is?
My immediate thought was gaslighting, but I think it involves stinking up the place on a digital space.
Close. Ooh. So it was kind of like harassment. This woman was videotaping and like close up of her like farting, taking videos and sending it to her boyfriend's ex.
Oh.
Yeah, but like was like repeatedly doing it. So now there's like a restraining order, and I think there's like counseling classes she now has to go to. But she was just videotaping herself farting, sending it to her boyfriend's ex. I don't know if it's like if she did something or if it's more like a haha, I have your man kind of thing. I don't know. But
I didn't know girls could fart to begin with.
Yeah, that's breaking news to me too.
It's breaking news to me. What?
Yeah.
Maybe those girls you care built different.
That's all the bean toast they eat over there. Toast. Yeah, so cyber farting.
251 episodes and we're still going.
Yeah, how about just don't harass the ex of your current relationship or current partner?
Let them be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm going to start to sell. I'm going to sell the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I think, I'm sure this conversation has been brought up. I understand there's some logistics as to why the Super Bowl has to be on a Sunday.
Well, that's when the NFL's played.
Right.
Yep.
But then there's Friday night football, Monday night football, Saturday night football.
Well, yeah, Fridays, high school, Saturdays, college.
High school's not playing anymore.
No, so if anything, it should be Saturday night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or you can just move it to like 5:30 and then it's fine.
Or like lunchtime.
No, not lunchtime. No.
Could you imagine Kendrick Lamar like playing his halftime performance at like 1 o'clock?
Yeah. What are you rooting for? Mike, do you know who's in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Matt, I was at an impromptu Eagles watch party for the Commanders.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yes.
I know the reasoning.
I'm rooting for the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. And I hope that they win this time. I don't know. This Patrick Mahomes thing and this like recurring champion. It's like the Golden State Warriors. Like it was like, all right, like we're kind of sick of this already. Like,
I got bad news for you about the Warriors.
Side note.
It sounds like Kevin Durant's going back to the Warriors.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Back to football. I agree. I'm done with Mahomes. I actually think I hate the Chiefs more than I used to hate the Patriots. Tails never fails. Also, I'm rooting for Saquon because I ran a track meet against him in high school. So
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you lose?
Oh yeah. That's most. Yeah, not even close.
Not even close.
It was a relay, so it wasn't all my fault.
Oh, gotcha. All right. I'm selling computer graphics.
Okay.
So Matt, last Thursday was the release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 on PC.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I have bought Spider-Man, like Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, flawless. Totally great, totally amazing. I get to Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think I could barely rip like 60 frames a second on this shit.
What?
Yeah. Graphics are terrible. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I've had this computer for a while now. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I think I've had it for 4 years now. Is it tanking? Is it running? And then I just said to myself, I'm like, there's a lot of games that get released on PC. Like Cyberpunk was one of the games that they actually pulled back because it was graphically bad, just in terms of the quality and just the story and just how janky it was. So I did a quick Google search, and I'm finding I'm not the only person that's having graphics problems. It was to the point where Aunt May in the video game literally looks like a white ghost based on how pale her face looks. Oh. Like it is literally white. I mean, as much as I love the game. Like I've been playing it for quite some time. It is just so much fun zipping around the city now. They also have web wings now, so they basically are flying through the city now at times. But just would hope that they patch it and I could actually play the game in like a decent quality.
Is there a chance it actually is the ghost of Aunt May?
Clearly, you found out for Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, what happened. So
well, I'm just there's a chance it could be.
It probably is. So
yeah.
All right, on to my buy. I'm buying good deeds.
Done dirt cheap.
Not dirty deeds. I was grabbing a few gift cards from the Starbucks. A long process because I asked for a few at small amounts. I had a person come up behind me and I was like, shoot. And I turned around. I said, I'm really sorry. Are you going to be late for something? And they're like, no, I got all day. I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy your coffee. So I bought the coffee for the person behind me. Like, no, and just, they're like, no, I don't want you to. I'm like, look, if it's free, it's for me. If it's free, it's for you. Let's do it. Come on. Like, luckily, it wasn't like, can I get like a coffee and then a cake pop and a breakfast sandwich? No, it was just a coffee. But she seemed happy, made her day, was happy about it. So it was a good deed.
That's good. Yeah.
55 burgers, 55 fries. 55
well, I mean, it's Starbucks, so it's basically Starbucks a little can be pricey. Depends what you get.
And then lastly, I'm buying the last dating anniversary.
Yeah.
Jen and I celebrated 6 years this past weekend of dating.
6 years is crazy.
And it is the last year that we will formally celebrate the dating anniversary because we have our wedding anniversary to celebrate next. So
I've always wondered that. So this time next year, like there's no acknowledgement?
I mean, we'll probably acknowledge it, but we go to dinner. We get cards for each other. Like it is because we even said it too. We were joking because we get a card for each other. There was a lot of anniversary cards in the section, but it was like wife, husband. There wasn't a really like anniversary, boyfriend, girlfriend. So we're a little excited that we can actually buy real anniversary cards. So it's but it was just weird. Like we had a wonderful time, wonderful dinner. We were just like talking, like it's just so weird. Like we have been talking about marriage for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, like 6 year anniversary, and then it's like, oh yeah, like in a few months, like we'll get married. It's like, oh whoa, that went way too quick.
Yeah, no, time does fly
in a good way though. Yeah,
in a good way.
How was dinner?
How was dinner? What at that place you went to? I don't know where that is, but it looks good.
It is. Out of the 6 years we have gone to, like we have celebrated our anniversary. This is the restaurant we've only been to more than once in our anniversaries of dating.
Mm.
We've been in the 5 years we've been someplace different. This year was the first time we actually broke that and we went to the same place.
It looked awesome.
Oh, it's so good. You're just probably, and I think I said this last year, it's probably the only time you take your time with your food because it is so good.
Yeah, those places are the best.
It's lovely.
Aspire Sell.
And you know what's lovely? All you wonderful people. And Matt, of course.
And you.
So, find all our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
Fellas, don't forget Valentine's Day next week. Ladies, don't forget Valentine's Day next week. It's short and simple today.
Is this a coupled advice? Because a couple weeks ago you said you got to ask somebody to be your Valentine.
Yeah, so by now, hopefully you've asked to be the Valentine. And now you just have to, I guess, I don't know if you're hearing this over the weekend, like just check out dinner reservations or go book movie tickets or whatever you like to do as a couple to celebrate, or go to the grocery store and make dinner at home, whatever you want to do.
We had the best time going grocery shopping on our anniversary as well. It's fantastic.
Did something specific happen?
No, we just
they gave an extra slice of cheese to the deli.
Oh, that deli. I want to be so done with it. I just slim pickings. Couldn't find a lot of our stuff. Couldn't find a good broccoli. Couldn't find good onions. But
I feel like it's hard to find good broccoli nowadays.
I know the place.
Oh,
it's a good place.
Got the hookup.
I got the hook.
The good kush.
You got the good Brock. All right. That concludes today's episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.